Top 10 Haunted Islands that will give you the creeps. It's that time of year when everything creepy is cool, scary tales go viral, and the more haunted a hotel or house is the better. But think about this, if that spooky place overrun by the spirits of the not so dearly departed is on an island, and you're surrounded by miles and miles of water, where are you gonna go, who are you gonna call? So if you love a good fright, consider a visit to these 10 haunted islands, where it doesn't have to be Halloween for ghosts to taunt you. Welcome back to another episode of Epiz Scary, bringing you the best spooky content on the internet. If you love unsolved mysteries, freaky videos, ghosts, and the paranormal as much as we do, then this is the place for you. Subscribe to the channel now, so you never miss any of our fantastically freaky uploads as soon as they're available. Let's get into today's episode. Sicily. If seeing a ghost isn't scary enough, how about seeing the decaying corpses of real people, thousands of them? You can on Sicily, where the Capuchin catacombs of Palermo touts itself as the place where the living meets the dead. Its passageways are lined with skulls and bones as well as 45 naturally mummified intact bodies. And then there's the eerily serene face of 2-year-old Rosalia Lombardo, who rests in a glass coffin after being so well embalmed in 1920 that she appears to be sleeping. Sweet dreams. Maybe for her, but not for you. Key West. Fright seeing is big business in Key West, where a half-dozen ghost tours recount some pretty macabre stuff, including a creepy turn of the 19th century doll named Robert on display in Fort East Martello and Captain Tony's Saloon, located in a building that once housed a morgue. Skeletons were found under the floorboards during a renovation, and is adjacent to a hanging tree. A woman in a blue dress who was hung there is said to appear from time to time. Even Ernest Hemingway's legendary Key West home is reportedly haunted, by both him and his second wife, Pauline, along with a black and white cat that guards the estate's cat graveyard. Bermuda. Bermuda is beautiful, perhaps hauntingly so. Ground zero for spookiness is historic St. George, a 400-year-old town with a reputation for hosting ghosts, including the last woman to be tried for witchcraft in Bermuda and Captain George Dew, who reportedly plays the harpsichord at the old rectory band. Other spirited apparitions around the 21-square-mile island: 𝐥𝐤𝐤, a hotelier who met a mysterious demise in 1920 and is said to walk the pink sand beaches of Bermuda's western end, and Laura Cox, who irately haunts the Orange Valley Roadhouse where she died in 1861, Santa Catalina. There are said to be so many ghosts on this island 20 miles off the coast of Los Angeles that those who dabble in the supernatural claim it's an energy portal that draws spirits back here. Ghost Tours of Catalina details all the creepy occurrences on this island that's otherwise pretty much a paradise. The Art Deco-style Catalina Casino is reportedly haunted by a worker who died during its construction. He's been seen in the men's restroom, and an elderly woman in a white robe. She appears in the mezzanine-level women's restroom. Western author 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐿's ghost has been spotted walking the streets of Avalon. And the spirit of actress Natalie Wood, who drowned just offshore, is said to roam a beach in 2 harbors. Oahu. Night Marchers, the name alone is enough to scare the aloha out of you. Legend has it that they're the spirits of ancient Hawaiian warriors who walk the streets carrying torches. Whatever you do, don't look at them. Factor in the choking ghost of Waikiki, who attacks as you sleep, and you might be convinced that Oahu has a seriously devilish side. Even the Hilton Hawaiian Village is said to be haunted by a young woman in a red dress. Jamaica. One of Jamaica's ghosts is so celebrated she has a Montego Bay golf course and a 1973 Johnny Cash song named after her. Annie Palmer, known as the White Witch of Rose Hall, is an island legend. She is said to have been a cruel early 19th century plantation owner who tortured her slaves and murdered her 3 husbands, and nighttime ghost tours of the Rose Hall Great House in Montego Bay are popular. Whether Annie was real and now haunts the mansion is up for debate. Spoiler: she was real, but the legend perhaps not so much, yet creepy occurrences have been reported. Poveglia. This island in the Venetian lagoon is said to be the most haunted island in the world, and while you can't visit it, unless you trespass as some YouTube posters have, you can enjoy an unsettling boat ride around it as a guide spins macabre tales of tragedy, suffering and death. That's because Poveglia is thought to be home to the decaying bones of more than 160,000 plague-infected and mentally tortured souls who were confined here over many centuries. 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬. Known for its mellow vibe and mischievous green vervet monkeys, 𝐦𝐨𝐬𝐬 is a 35 square mile tropical Eden, except at the Eden Brown estate where a tragic turn of events at a wedding almost 200 years ago has purportedly cursed the property ever since. Details vary among locals who perpetuate the tale, but a dispute between the groom and his best man resulted in a duel to the death, of either the groom or both men. The distraught bride-to-be is said to haunt the abandoned sugar plantation, now in ruins, Isle of Skye. So it seems the spirits on this Scottish island go way beyond single malt whiskies. Skye is home to Dunvegan Castle, where friendly music-loving ghosts perform melodies in a room with no musical instruments and play the bagpipes in the South Tower. And the ruins of Duntulm Castle are reportedly home to 4 ghosts, including Hugh MacDonald, whose tortured spirit haunts the dungeon where he starved to death, and a housemaid who accidentally dropped a clan chief's son out of a window and still cries in anguish. Tasmania. This Australian island's tortured history, it was a brutal 19th century British penal colony, has created lots of creepy lore. Visitors can hunt for apparitions in the prison cells and autopsy room at Port Arthur Historic Site, where 1,000 inmates died over a 47-year period, and nighttime ghost tours are full of frightful details, or wander the historic streets of Battery Point in Hobart and the dark alleyways of Launceston where ghosts are said to roam. And then there are the island's resident Tasmanian devils, whose screams are enough to give anyone nightmares. That brings us to the end of this video all about top 10 haunted islands that will give you the creeps. Which of these islands would you least like to be stranded on? Get involved, and let us know in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a thumbs up. Plus, if you want to see more awesome scary content just like this, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to get notified as soon as we upload a new video. As always, thanks for stopping by. See you again soon, in the next one.